In this lecture, I'll be discussing the error probability of binary PSK signals. As we had studied, at the receiver, it has to decide in favor of symbol 1 or symbol 0 at the decision device. So for that we are using maximum likelihood decision rule. It states that the observation vector x lies in the region Zi if the Euclidean distance modulus of x minus sk is minimum for k equal to I. So which means that we have to choose the message point closest to the received signal point. For the case of BPSK, it is having a one-dimensional signal space, that is, it is having only one orthonormal basis function. The signal space is divided into two areas, one half corresponding to the set of points closest to the message point 1 at plus root TB, and the other half corresponding to the set of points closest to the message point 2 at minus root TB. So this we had seen in the previous lectures. This is the signal space diagram of BPSK system. So the region Z1 corresponding to the set of points closest to the message point root TB. Then this corresponding to region Z2, which is having the set of points closest to the message point minus root TB. So the region Z1 corresponding to symbol 1 and region Z2 corresponding to symbol 0. So the receiver decide if the received signal is in the region Z1, the receiver will makes a decision in favor of symbol 1, and if the received signal is in the region Z2, the receiver makes a decision in favor of symbol 0. So that's how the decision rule works. So the decision rule simply decide that the signal S1 of t was transmitted if the received signal point falls in the region Z1, and decide that signal S2 of t was transmitted if the received signal falls in the region Z2. So that is nothing but if the received signal is in Z1, then the transmitted signal is S1 of t, and if the received signal is in Z2, in the region Z2, then the transmitted signal is S2 of t. So that is the actual correct case without any errors. So there are two kinds of errors are possible due to noise. So these are following. So the first case is that S1 of t is transmitted, but the received signal point falls in the region Z2. Then the receiver will makes a decision in favor of S2 of t. Then next case is when we are transmitting the signal S2 of t, but the received signal point falls in the region Z1. Then the receiver will makes a decision in favor of S1 of t. So that is this shows the transmitter side and this shows the receiver side. So first, if we are transmitting 0, the correct reception is 0 at the receiver, but due to the presence of noise, there is a chance of getting 1 at the receiver output. So that is represented as a probability of error, represented by the chance of getting 1, the probability of getting 1 when 0 is transmitted, that is represented by P10. And similarly, if we are transmitting 1, the correct reception is 1 at the receiver, but due to the presence of noise, we are receiving 0 at the receiver. So that probability of getting 0 at the receiver when 1 is transmitted, it is represented by P01. So these are the two kinds of error possible due to the presence of noise. So next we are going to calculate this probability of error. To calculate the probability of error, first case, if we are taken when the symbol 0 is transmitted and the decision is made in favor of symbol 1. The decision region associated with symbol 1 or a signal Si of t is described by Z1, that is from 0 less than x1 less than infinity. So where the observable element x1 is related to the received signal x of t is given by x1 is equal to integral 0 to tb x of t phi 1 of t dt, that we had seen at the output of correlator in the receiver block diagram. X1 is the observable element, that is from the output of correlator. So in module 3, it was deduced that for a memoryless AWGN channels, the observational element xi are Gaussian random variable with mean mu is equal to Sij and variance is sigma square is equal to n0 by 2. And that is we had studied in module 3 at the statistical characterization of correlator output in AWGN channels. So in that case, the correlator output corresponding to the random variables, its mean mu is equal to Sij and variance sigma square is equal to n0 by 2. So the general expression, so we have to calculate the probability of error. For that we have to first calculate the conditional probability density function. So the general expression for conditional probability density function is given by fx of x, that is equal to 1 by root of 2 pi sigma square e raised to x minus mu the whole square divided by 2 sigma square. Here we are substituting this mu and sigma square as Sij and n0 by 2. So for the conditional probability density function of a random variable x1, when the symbol mi is transmitted, is defined by fx1 of x1 given mi. That is, when mi is transmitted, we are receiving the observable element x1 at the output of correlator. So the conditional probability density function for that is represented by 1 by root pi n0 e raised to minus 1 by n0 x1 minus Sij the whole square. So the conditional probability density function of random variable x1 given that symbol 0 was transmitted is defined by so here we are calculating the conditional probability density function when 0 is transmitted, that is fx1 of x1 given 0. So that is 0 is transmitted, we are receiving x1 at the output of correlator. The conditional probability density function fx1 of x1 given 0, that is equal to 1 by root of pi n0 e raised to minus 1 by n0 x1 minus s21 the whole square. That is, the Sij corresponding to the symbol 0 is represented by S21, that is a message coordinate corresponding to symbol 0 that we had studied in the previous lecture. The expression and the value of S21 corresponding to symbol 0 is minus root TB. So we are substituting here in place of S21. So the expression becomes 1 by root pi n0 e raised to minus 1 by n0 x1 plus root TB the whole square. Similarly, the conditional probability density function of the random variable x1 given that symbol 1 was transmitted is defined by that is, when 1 is transmitted, we are getting the symbol x1 at the output of correlator. So the conditional probability density function, it is represented by fx1 of x1 given 1, that is equal to 1 by root pi n0 e raised to minus 1 by n0 x1 minus s11 the whole square. S11 corresponding to the symbol message coordinate corresponding to the symbol 1, and S11 is equal to plus root TB for the symbol 1. Here we are substituting that plus root TB. Then the expression becomes 1 by root of pi n0 e raised to minus 1 by n0 x1 minus root TB the whole square. Next, we are plotting that conditional probability density function. Then we are getting a bell-shaped function for the two conditional probability density functions. So if we are calculating the area under this conditional probability density function, it gives the probability of finding the symbol transmitted. So that means if we are calculating the area, if we are integrating the fx1 of x1 given 0 over the interval minus infinity to 0, it gives the symbol probability of getting the symbol 0 transmitted, the correct probability. Similarly, if you are integrating fx1 of x1 given 1 over the interval 0 to infinity, it gives the probability of getting 1 transmitted. So that is the correct probability. Here this shows the areas of probability of error, that is, when 0 is transmitted, this area corresponding to getting 1, probability of getting 1. So this so we have to calculate this error, these two errors, and this corresponding to when 1 is transmitted, this is the chance of getting 0, probability of getting 0, this area corresponding. First we are calculating if you are probability of error, that is if we are transmitting 0, we are receiving 1 at the receiver. So for calculating that probability of error, that is P10, we are integrating fx1 of x1 given 0 from 0 to infinity. This area is from 0 to infinity. So P10 is equal to integral 0 to infinity fx1 of x1 given 0 dx1. So here we are substituting that fx1 of x1 given 0 we have previously written, that is equal to, so the expression becomes 1 by root pi n0 integral 0 to infinity e raised to minus 1 by n0 x1 plus root eb the whole square dx1. And in this case we have to change the integration, substitute and change the integration variable for easier analysis. So this is the analysis. This is the expression for P10 that we are seeing. Here we are putting z is equal to 1 by root n0 x1 plus root eb. Here we are putting z. This expression we are putting this as z. Z is equal to 1 by root n0 x1 plus root eb. So in rearranging, this becomes root n0 z equal to x1 plus root eb, and then differentiate both sides of this equation, we'll get root n0 dz is equal to dx1. And next we have to find this limits corresponding to z variable. So changing the limits, x1 is equal to, when x1 is equal to 0, x1 is here is the integration variable is x1, so x1 is equal to 0 corresponding to z is equal to root of eb by n0. Substituting x1 is equal to 0 here, we will get z is equal to root eb by n0. Then x1 is equal to infinity, if we are substituting z is equal to infinity we are getting. So we can rewrite the expression as P10 is equal to 1 by root pi n0 integral root of eb by n0 to infinity e raised to minus z square root n0 dz. We are change that integration based on the variable z. So here n0 root n0 cancels, we get the expression P10 as 1 by root pi integral root eb by n0 to infinity e raised to minus z square dz. Then comparing this equation with the equation of complementary error function ERFC, the general expression of ERFC is given by ERFC of x is equal to 2 by root pi integral x to infinity e raised to minus z square dz. So comparing this equation with this probability of error, we can write the probability of error expression as P10 is equal to 1 by 2 ERFC of root eb by n0. Comparing these two equations, we can simply write P10 in terms of error function ERFC as P10 is equal to 1 by 2 ERFC of root eb by n0. Then here now we calculated the error when 0 was transmitted, 1 is received. Similarly, we can calculate the error when 1 is transmitted, 0 is received at the receiver. So in since the signal space is symmetric about the origin, P01 is same as that of P10. Both the probability of error are same. So the average probability of symbol error or the bit error rate for the coherent BPSK is represented as PE, that is equal to half of ERFC of root EB by N0. The same for P01. So the average is half ERFC of root EB by N0. So this is an important expression. PE, the bit error rate of coherent BPSK is 1 by 2 ERFC of root EB by N0. So increasing the signal energy per bit makes the points minus root EB and plus root EB move farther apart, which corresponding to reducing the error probability. So this is the expression for bit error rate for coherent BPSK signal. This is very important. Okay, thank you.